Namaste. I am Advocate B.R. Bornak. The topic of today's lecture is Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited. Short form is MSC Bank Limited. Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank is also known as MSC Bank Limited. Before going to discuss in detail about Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited, let us see first of all the cooperative credit structure in India. At national level, there is Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, formed on 1st April 1935 and nationalized on 1st January 1949. And the RBI earlier had, when it was formed, it had a separate department as Agricultural Credit Department. Means to provide credit facilities to agriculture sector, there was a separate department with the Reserve Bank of India. Right from the beginning, the department was known as Agricultural Credit Department. The Reserve Bank of India has its headquarters at Mumbai. But later on, it was recommended that a separate bank has to be there, or separate financial institute has to be there to take care of agriculture, rural and agriculture sector especially, and to provide credit and financial assistance to rural areas, to agricultural sector, etc. There has to be a separate banking institute. And on the basis of the recommendations, NABARD, that is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, was founded on 12th July 1982, and the department, Agriculture Credit Department of the RBI, it was merged with the NABARD. The NABARD has its headquarters at Mumbai. Now, there is no separate Agriculture Credit Department with RBI because it is merged with the NABARD. Now, at national level, after RBI, there is NABARD for rural and agriculture development. Thereafter, at state level, there is a three-tier structure of cooperative credit at state level. That is, at state level, Apex Institute, that is the State Cooperative Bank Limited, SC Bank, that is Apex Institute at state level. At central level, there are district central cooperative banks. At each district, there is a district central cooperative bank, that is central level institute at district level. And at primary level, there are primary agricultural credit societies, which are also called as PACs. They are at primary level. Primary level means that at village level. Means at village level, there are PACs, Primary Agriculture Cooperative Societies. Now, let us see the three-tier structure of cooperative credit in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra as well, at state level, there is Apex State Level Institute, that is Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited, that is MSC Bank Limited. And at district level, at each district level, there are district central cooperative banks, DCC banks. They are central level institutes at district level. And at primary level, that is at village level, there are primary agricultural credit societies, which are also known as PACs. They are primary level institute. This is the three-tier structure of cooperative credit in Maharashtra. And the Apex Institute, Credit Structure Institute at state level, that is the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited, that is the MSC Bank Limited. We are going to see in detail later on. Now, the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited, about the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited, that is MSC Bank Limited. Let us see first of all features of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Limited. The Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank came into existence after a reorganization of Bombay State. There was reorganization of states on the basis of language, that is linguistic states. There was amendment in the Constitution of India, and on the basis of amendment in the Constitution of India, some states were reorganized on a linguistic basis, and Maharashtra was formed on 1st May 1960 for Marathi speaking people, and from that time there is MSC Bank, Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank came into existence in Maharashtra. In the three-tiered credit structure in cooperative, Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank is at apex level. Means in Maharashtra there is three-tier structure of cooperative credit, and the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank is at apex level. So it is apex state institute, state level apex institute. It is a link, means MSC Bank is a link between NABARD and district central cooperative banks and PACs, primary agriculture cooperative societies. Means the RBI spares funds for agriculture and rural development. Those funds are channelized through NABARD, and they are to be reached to PACs. Means these funds are to be reached to primary agriculture cooperative societies. Through primary agriculture cooperative societies, they are distributed or dispersed among the farmers, means actual beneficiaries. So RBI channelizes the funds through NABARD. Here in between there is Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank. Means these funds are channelized from NABARD to Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank, and then from Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank to the District Central Cooperative Bank, and from District Central Cooperative Bank to PACs, primary agriculture credit societies, and from PACs they are disbursed among the farmers in rural areas. The MSC Bank obtains its working funds from sources of funds of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank. They are the MSC Bank controls the working of the central cooperative bank in the state, and the sources of fund of the MSC Bank are its own share capital and reserves, deposits from the general public, financing from the state government, loans and advances from the NABARD, and the funds collected received from other sources. So these are the sources of funds of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank. Now let us see the role of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank as the apex cooperative bank at state level. The first is to serve as a balancing center for cooperative societies in the state of Maharashtra. Second, to promote the economic and socio-economic interests of the community in Maharashtra. Next, to promote the economic interests of the bank and cooperative societies in the state in accordance with cooperative principles. Next, to facilitate the operations of any society registered under the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act 1960. Next, to subscribe to grant any money for charitable or benevolent objects or for execution of any public, general or cooperative objective. Next, to do all other things incidental or helpful to the promotion or advancement of objects of the bank. Next, to organize and develop supply of cooperative credit for agricultural production, processing and marketing of produce, and to ensure efficient performance of the functions relating thereto. Next, to participate with the affiliated cooperative banks in financing small-scale industries and the societies of weaker section, and also in the losses that may be suffered by these banks. Next, to act as agent for the state government or a local authority or an institution established under the central or the state law, etc., or of any bank in the state or for any public trust or fund, etc. Next, to acquire or undertake as an agent the whole or any part of business of any cooperative society, and to carry on the same as may be authorized subject to the approval of the registrar. Next, to assume the management of a society including a central financing agency, the managing committee, board of directors of which has been superseded, and to take such part in its management as may be necessary to protect interest of the bank. This is subject to the approval of the again registrar. Next, to receive from the state government such funds as may be sanctioned by them for the purpose of indirect government contribution to the share capital of the central and urban cooperative banks on such terms and conditions as may be agreed upon between the state government and the bank, to work as a liquidator of any affiliated society indebted to the bank with a view to effect recoveries from the same on such terms and conditions as may be laid down by the registrar, and to engage in any form of business which the state government may specify as lawful for bank to engage in. So broadly, the role of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank is clarified in these points. It is mentioned in these points. We can come to know the role of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank in the Maharashtra by referring these points. Next, now there are various departments and functions of Maharashtra Cooperative Banks. There are departments carrying out various functions of the MSC Bank Limited. Which are those departments? Let us have a look. First one, that is Central Financing Agencies Department is there. Then Agro-Industrial Cooperative Department is there. Then Risk Management Cell is there. Then Project Appraisal and Marketing Department is there. Further, Urban Cooperative Banks Department. Then Human Resource Development and Management Department. Then Banking Department. Functions of Banking Department, that is regular banking functions, that is clearing of checks, etc., RTGS, NEFT, retail banking, ATM, and all other related banking functions which are generally carried out by commercial banks. Then Treasury Department is there, dealing in government securities and foreign currencies and other such securities, etc. Then Inspection and Audit Department is there. Then Internal Audit Department is there. International Banking Division is there. Then Information Technology Department, that is IT Department is there. Then Corporate Planning and Institutional Development Department is there. Then Department of Institutional Recovery and Revival is there. Then Legal Department is also there. And the Department of Training Facilities, that is Shikhar Training and Research Institute. Means here Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank acts as Shikhar Training and Research Institute. Hence, it has training facilities also to provide cooperative education and training. Now, this bank advances different types of loans to the banks, commercial banks, cooperative banks, district cooperative banks, and other financial institutes, etc. So, which are the types of loan which are granted by Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank? There are term loans. In term loans, especially medium term loan and long term loan is there. Then this bank also contributes in working capital of the financial institutes or banks. Then by way of hypothecation loans are given. Then by way of cash credit, that is pledge cash credit and clean cash credit, this is cash credits are also given. Then short-term loans, that is short-term loans for off-seasonal expenses, they are also there. Then bank guarantees, means loans and advances are given by way of bank guarantees as well. Then letter of credit, especially in foreign trade, in case of import of goods, that is pre-shipment letter of credit and post-shipment letter of credit. So, the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank provides loans and advances through these modes to the banks and the needy persons. Now, but in spite of all these things, there are some drawbacks of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank, and many a times the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank has come in trouble because of these drawbacks. Which are the drawbacks of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank? First one, that is long resource base. It has long resource base. Means resource base is not the resources cannot be raised within short period. The base resource base is quite long. that is low resource base is there. Then high dependence on state government for refinancing. Here the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank works under control of the Maharashtra government. That is why it has to depend on state government for refinancing. There is a lack of diversification and modernization. This Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank doesn't have infrastructure of modernization. It doesn't have diversification. It is operated with old infrastructure only. So there is a lack of diversification and modernization. Then huge accumulated losses are there because many loans granted by the MSC Bank, they have turned as bad. Means there are a lot of bad debts. There are huge amount of NPAs are there. So that is why the MSC Bank is made to suffer huge accumulated losses. Then low loan recovery. You see the recovery rate of MSC Bank, that is very much low because the loans are given to such institutes. Those institutes are not repaying the loans of the MSC banks. Then growing political interference, because this bank is working under control of the state government. There is a great degree of political interference in the working of the MSC Bank. Then remarkable existence of NPAs. Means NPAs, non-performing assets, that is the loan which are to be treated as doubtful debts. Means that volume of the NPAs, that is remarkable, that is to great extent. That is why the bank is suffering losses also. Then increasing trends of irregularity in financial managerial accountability. See, there are a lot of irregularities in financial managerial accountability because the persons working there, officers working in the bank, they are not feeling themselves accountable. Financial and managerial accountability is less. So there is irregularities in these fields. Then ill-equipped staff of the MSC Bank, that is the staff members, the staff is not qualified, staff is not experienced, staff is not efficient, they are not properly trained. This is also drawback of the MSC Bank. Then corruption and red tapeism. So it is under political influence because the MSC Bank works under control of the state government. So it is under political influence, and wherever there is political influence, corruption is bound to take place, and MSC Bank is not exception to this. So there is lot of corruption. And red tapeism means for lot of proposals there has to be approval, permission from the state government, from concerned minister, from chief minister, etc. And during this bureaucracy is there also in between. So during this process, from bureaucracy, from the management of the bank to the bureaucracy of the state government, then ministers, then chief minister, etc. So the proposal files, they are routed through this long channel, and we usually observe there is red tapeism in the working of the government. This red tapeism is also suffered by the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank. So these are the drawbacks of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Banks. This was the overview of the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank, and a question can be asked for your examination for short note as well as for long answer. And with this explanation, I think you are quite ready to write the answer properly and to explain the things clearly. Today's lecture ends here. Thank you very much.